There's been some legislation change that has happened very late in the piece, but the upshot of that is that changes are that when people put in their nominations, they have to put in all of their nomination documents together. So the nomination paper, the deposit, the profile and the photo all has to be submitted at the same time, which is not what has happened in the past. If someone comes in without all of those components, then we can't accept their nomination until they have the whole lot, unless they decide that they are not submitting a profile or a photo, and then we accept it on that basis. So they have the choice.
Why were those changes made?
Changes were made to bring about some more transparency in the process, because there's a famous case in Auckland in 2010 where a gentleman stood in 3 different local boards, 2 licensing trusts and a DHB, and got elected to all of them. And it came about that the voters didn't know that this gentleman was standing in other elections, and logic would dictate that you should say where you're from, where you live, what elections you're standing for, so that the voters are fully informed. The other changes this time are that candidates on the nomination paper have to state what other elections they are standing for in New Zealand. So if they're standing for the council, on their DHB nomination paper they have to say that they're standing for Rotorua District Council, and vice versa. And they also have to note on the nomination paper whether their place of residence is in the area or not. So, for example, someone could live in Hamilton and stand for the council election, and so they have to say that in that case their place of residence is not within the council election. But in the DHB they have to live in the DHB area, so they've got to live in Rotorua or Taupo.